Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Ram. So today we are going to discuss about acceleration due to gravity. Before going to start this topic, those who are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and share this video to your friends. And don't forget to watch my channel on every Thursday. Why? Because we are going to release video on every Thursday, so that you can watch my latest videos as well as the previous videos. Try to analyze the subject when you are learning. As much as you analyze, you can understand the physics in a easy manner. So learning physics is being easy by analyzing. Let's start the topic, acceleration due to gravity. So here if we consider Earth's surface, we know that the radius of the Earth is represented as r. When a body of a mass m is falling towards the surface of the earth, then it experiences the force. Just like here I am going to consider this marker. When I leave it, it starts falling towards the surface of the earth, and here the force acting on this body due to gravity. So this force is represented as a gravitational force. Gravitational force. So the force experienced by this body is represented as a gravitational force, and the acceleration gained by this body when it is moving towards the surface of the earth is represented as acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. So here the force acting on the body is represented as F suffix r, nothing but resultant force. F suffix r is equals to G into capital M suffix C small m by r square. When the body is very near to the surface of the earth, then here the resultant force equation can be represented as F suffix r equals to capital G m suffix C m by r square, where m is mass of the body considered, capital M suffix C is mass of this earth, and G is gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant, and r is radius of the earth, which we had discussed in our previous video. Now here observe that F suffix r nothing but a resultant force acting on this body, whereas since the body gains the acceleration due to gravitational force, here the force equation can be represented as F is equals to ma. F equals to ma. So as we substitute the value, ma is equals to G capital M suffix E small m by r square. Observe that here m gets cancelled on both sides, and a is represented as capital G m suffix E by r square. So this represents the acceleration gained by this body. Whereas here as we consider this expression, F is equals to ma, a is equals to F by m. F by m. So since the body of mass 1 kg is falling towards the surface of the earth, we can represent that acceleration gained by the body is equals to gravitational force. When we consider mass m is equals to 1 kg, m is equals to 1 kg, then a is equals to F. So this acceleration is gained due to gravitational force. A is represented as small g, where g is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So A is replaced with small g, where small g is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. Replace this A with G, then we can represent small g is equal to G capital M suffix E by r square. This shows the relation between acceleration due to gravity and universal gravitational constant. So here we are representing capital G is nothing but gravitational constant, where small g is acceleration due to gravity. Here as we consider the surface of the earth, this acceleration due to gravity continuously changes from one place to another place. So here if we consider the acceleration due to gravity at this place, it is different as compared to the acceleration due to gravity at this place. As well as we can also represent the acceleration due to gravity based on the latitudes as well as the rotation of the earth, then also it varies. Since it continuously varies based on the acceleration due to gravity, here we can represent the gravitational force acting on the body based on the location and rotation of the earth. Whereas the common expression, common value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. This is the value we consider in all the cases. Whereas acceleration due to gravity does not depend on mass of the body, size of this body, and shape of the body. Here we are going to consider a small body which is experiencing the gravitational force. This gravitation, acceleration due to gravity does not depend upon the mass of this body as well as size of this body and shape of that body. Whereas acceleration due to gravity depends upon mass and size of earth, mass and size of the earth, as well as we can also consider any planet. So acceleration due to gravity depends upon the mass of the earth or planet and as well as the size of this planet or earth. Now by considering this acceleration due to gravity, we are going to discuss the variation of acceleration due to gravity with respect to height. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to discuss about the variation of acceleration due to gravity with respect to height. Now we consider the surface of the earth and we know that the radius of the earth is r. Here we are going to consider a body at a height of h from the surface of the earth. Now at this height we have to represent the acceleration due to gravity. So here since the body is at a height h, we represent the acceleration due to gravity at this height is g suffix h, and the force acting in the case of this body is represented as F is equals to m into g suffix h, where universal of gravitation is given as F suffix r equals to g into mass of the earth into mass of the body by, observe the height from the center, r plus h. Why? Because the body is at a height of h from the surface of the earth. Then the expression can be represented as r plus h whole square, where force is equals to m into g suffix h. As we substitute this value, m into g suffix h is equals to g capital M suffix c small m by r plus h whole square. Observe that m gets cancelled on both sides. Rotation at height h is equals to g capital M suffix e by r plus h whole square. Already we had represented the relation between small g and capital G, and it is given as small g equals capital G m suffix e by r square. Then capital G m suffix c is equals to g r square. So in the place of capital G capital M suffix c, we can represent g r square. So as we substitute this value here, g suffix h is equals to g r square by r plus h whole square, or we can also represent this expression as r by r plus h whole square. Based on this expression, we can represent that on the surface of the earth, acceleration due to gravity will be more as compared to acceleration due to gravity at height h. because g into the value is given as g into r by r plus h. Based on that, we can represent acceleration due to gravity will be less than acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Now we consider that height of the body is equals to radius of the earth. If you consider height of the body is equals to radius of the earth, then acceleration due to gravity is given as g suffix h is equals to g into r by r plus r, nothing but 2r whole square. Observe that r gets cancelled. So gravitational at height h is equals to g by 2 square 4. So when the height of the body is equals to radius of the earth, means if we place a body at a height of 6400 kilometers from the surface of the earth, the acceleration due to gravity will be 1 by 4 times of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Let us consider the body is placed very near to the surface of the earth. As compared to radius of the earth, height is negligible. Then acceleration due to gravity at height h is given as g suffix h is equal to g into. I am going to represent this expression in a reverse way. Means I am going to bring this r square in the downward direction. Observe that here I am going to represent it as r plus h by r whole square. So once again, as we bring this, again the expression will be same. As we bring this towards upward direction, then the expression can be represented as g into r plus h by r whole to the power of minus 2. Whole to the power of minus 2. As we do LCM, this expression can be represented as 1 plus h by r whole to the power of minus 2. Observe that this expression is in the form of 1 plus x whole to the power of n, and then we expand this expression. It can be represented as 1 plus h by r plus h square by r square plus h cube by r cube and so on. Here already we had represented that height is very much less than r. Then the values of h square by r square, h cube by r cube will be very less. So we neglect these terms. So we can represent it as 1 plus h by r, or the common form it can be represented as 1 plus x whole to the power of n can be given as 1 plus nx when we reduce the higher terms. So as we substitute in the place of n, here we have 2. Then acceleration due to gravity at a height h is given as 1 minus 2h by r. This represents the acceleration due to gravity at height h when we consider smaller heights. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to discuss about the variation of acceleration due to gravity with depth. For this, here we consider the surface of the earth with radius r, and we are going to take the body to a depth of d from the surface of the earth. We had placed the body at this step. Remaining height from the center of the earth is represented as r minus d. Now we have to represent the acceleration due to gravity at this point. So in order to represent this, here the resultant force is given as g capital M suffix c small m by. Observe that the body is placed at a height of r minus d. Then the equation can be represented as r minus d whole square. So here this mass of the earth should be represented based on the inner circle. That's why I had represented it as me dash, where we have to consider the density of the earth. We know that the density of the earth will be remain constant throughout the world. Then density of the earth is equal to mass me dash by volume of the earth for this circle. 4 by 3 pi r minus d whole cube. Then observe that m suffix e dash is equals to rho into 4 by 3 pi r minus d whole cube. 4 by 3 pi r minus d. So in the place of m suffix e dash we have to substitute rho into 4 by 3 pi r minus d whole cube. As we substitute, then the force can be given as F is equals to G rho into 4 by 3 pi r minus d whole cube into m by r minus d whole square. So that this r minus d whole square gets cancelled. Then F is represented as F is equals to G into rho 4 by 3 pi into r minus d into m into m. Whereas we have to represent the density in terms of mass of the earth, and we know that density is equals to mass of the earth by volume of the earth, and it is represented as a 4 by 3 pi r cube. So in the place of rho we can substitute mass of the earth by 4 by 3 pi r cube. As we substitute, the force is represented as F is equals to G into mass of the earth by 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube into r minus d into 4 by 3 pi into m. Observe that 4 by 3 pi gets cancelled. 4 by 3 pi gets cancelled. Then the force is represented as F is equals to G capital M suffix C into r minus d into m by r cube, where we know that F is equals to mg, gravity at depth d, m into g suffix d, m into g suffix d is equals to g capital M suffix C into r minus d into m by r cube. So that m gets cancelled on both sides. Then gravity at depth d is equals to g capital M suffix C into r minus d by r cube. D by r cube. Where we know that the relation between small g and capital G is given as g into m suffix e by r square. So in the place of capital G m suffix e we can represent g r square. As we substitute this value in this expression, gravity at depth d is equals to g r square into r minus d by r cube. R cube. Observe that here r square gets cancelled. Then the remaining expression is g suffix d equals to g into r minus d by r. As we split the LCM, gravity at depth d is equals to g into r by r1 minus d by r. So as you observe this expression, observe that on the surface of the earth gravity will be maximum. Why? Because if you consider d is equals to r, as we consider d is equals to r, depth is equals to radius of the earth, means as you bring the body towards the center of the earth, then r by r gets cancelled, and here 1 minus 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 into something is 0. So based on that we can represent at the center of the earth acceleration due to gravity is equals to 0. Acceleration due to gravity is equal to 0. So based on that we can represent that at the center of the earth acceleration due to gravity is 0. As we move up, acceleration due to gravity increases. From the surface of the earth, as we move up, acceleration due to gravity decreases. As we had seen in the previous case, acceleration due to gravity decreases. So based on that we can represent that acceleration due to gravity is maximum on the surface of the earth. Now as we consider the gravity at height h, g suffix c is equals to g into 1 minus 2h by r. and gravity at a depth is g suffix d is equal to g into 1 minus d by r. Observe that here depth d is equals to twice of that height, means based on that we can represent that decrease in the acceleration due to gravity towards the center of the earth is less as compared to decrease in the acceleration due to gravity as we move towards a upward direction. As we move up, acceleration due to gravity decreases more as compared to the body moves towards the center of the earth. Towards the center of the earth. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to represent the variation of g due to rotation of the earth. So here we are going to consider the earth is rotated with an angular velocity omega. Here now we are going to represent the variation of acceleration due to gravity as the latitude changes. When the latitude is along the equatorial line, means at 0 degrees, at 10 degrees, at 20 degrees, at 30 degrees, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, like this. As the latitude changes, how the acceleration due to gravity is changing, we are going to represent in this case. In order to represent that, here we consider a body at this location, and here the body is rotating at this position like this with a radius r, small r. From the center of the earth, the body is at a radius of capital R. Radius of capital R. The body experiences the force in the outward direction, and it is represented as Fc fix c is equal to mr omega square. Mr omega square. Observe that here, with respect to horizontal, the radius of the earth makes an angle of theta. Since it makes an angle of theta, as we extend this line, here also we can represent the angle theta. Observe that this force makes an angle of theta with respect to this line or from the origin. Then this force will resolve into component as mr omega square cos theta, which acts towards the center of the earth, towards the center of, means the force is acting along this direction. Then the resultant force or the net force acting along this direction, net force acting is given as F is equal to weight acting on the body minus mr omega square cos theta. Mr omega square cos theta. So now observe that here F is nothing but the force represented in terms of variation of acceleration due to gravity. Nothing but mg dash equals m into, we can take m as common, g minus r omega square cos theta. So here m gets cancelled, then g dash is equals to g minus r omega square cos theta. G minus r omega square cos theta. This represents the variation of acceleration due to gravity as the latitude changes. When we consider the body at the equatorial line, then the angle is represented as theta equals to 0 at equator. Then acceleration due to gravity at this point is given as g dash is equals to g minus r omega square, where we know that cos 0 is 1. Then acceleration due to gravity along the equator will be minimum. When we consider the body along the pole, along the pole, means we can represent the angle as 90 degrees. And we know that cos 90 is 0. Then g dash is equals to g, means it is maximum at poles. Observe that at poles acceleration due to gravity is maximum, at equator acceleration due to gravity is minimum. Based on this condition, now we are going to represent weightlessness. Here when we represent that a body experiences the weightlessness, then we can represent it experiences zero acceleration due to gravity. As we substitute this value, zero is equals to g minus r omega square, g minus r omega square. From this expression here we can represent g is equals to r omega square. Then r omega square is equals to g. That implies omega square equals to g by r. That implies omega equals to under root of g by r. When the earth is rotating, not only earth, any body is rotating at this angular velocity based on the radius of the earth as well as the acceleration due to gravity, then the body experiences weightlessness. Body experiences the weightlessness. So here, as we consider the earth's surface, it is not a perfect sphere. It is not a perfect sphere. It is flattened at the poles like this. It is flattened at the poles like this. Earth will be like this. Since it is flattened at the poles, here the acceleration due to gravity at poles will be greater than acceleration due to gravity at equator. Acceleration due to gravity at poles will be greater than acceleration due to gravity at equator. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe this problem. If g on the surface of the earth is 9.8 meter per second square, find its value at a height of 6400 kilometers. We have to represent g suffix h at a height of 6400 kilometers. Whereas the radius of the earth is r is equals to 6400 kilometers. As we convert it into meters, it can be represented as 6400 into 10 to the power of 3. Why? Because 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meters. And it can also be represented as 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 meters. Already we had represented the relation with respect to height and gravitation on the surface as g suffix h is equals to g suffix s by 4. So observe that g suffix s is 9.8 by 4. When height of the body is equals to radius of the earth, then we can represent a gravitation at height h is equals to acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth by 4. So 4 to the 8, remaining 18. Point, if you place point 4 4s are 16. 16 means again we will have 5 4s are 20. Then here observe that gravitational at height h is 2.45 meter per second square. At this height, acceleration due to gravity is 2.45 meter per second square. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. Find the percentage decrease in the weight of the body when taken to a depth of 32 kilometer below the surface of the earth. So here if we consider the earth's surface, we had taken the body to a depth of d is equals to 32 kilometer. Now we have to represent a percentage decrease in order to find this. We know that weight of the body at this depth, m into g suffix d equals mg into 1 minus d by r. 1 minus d by r. So this represents the expression for weight of the body at this depth d. Whereas a decrease in weight equals original weight minus weight at depth d by weight of the body. Weight of the body. As we do LCM, observe that mg by mg is nothing but 1. 1 minus m into g suffix d by mg. Where observe that m into g suffix d is equals to mg into 1 minus d by r. As we substitute this value, observe that 1 minus of mg into 1 minus d by r by mg. mg and mg gets cancelled. So here we get 1 minus 1 minus of minus plus d by r. So finally d by r. Decrease in the weight is represented based on the depth as well as the radius of the earth. Now here we have to represent percentage decrease in weight of the body. Percentage decrease in weight of a body. Then it is represented as d by r into 100. d by r into 100. Where body is placed at a depth of 32 km and the radius of the earth is 6400 km. As we substitute these values, observe that 32 by 6400 into 100. 2 zeros gets cancelled and we know that 32 2s 64. So here we get 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is represented as 0.5 percentage. So when the body is brought to a depth of 32 kilometers, the weight has been decreased by 0.5 percentage. Take a screenshot, we will continue. So the next problem, what would be the time period of rotation of the earth so that the bodies at the equator would weigh 40% of their actual weight? So here we know that the gravitational force at the equator is represented as mg dash is equals to m into g minus omega square r. At the equator, the gravitational force is represented. As we take g as common, here it can be represented as m into g into 1 minus omega square r by g. Now multiply g, again we will get the same expression. Now observe that m into g dash is equals to mg into 1 minus omega square r by g. Observe that weight at the equator is 40% of its actual weight. Then it can be represented as 40 by 100 of mg. 40 by 100 of mg is equals to mg into 1 minus omega square r by g. Here mg gets cancelled and 0 gets cancelled. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. Then 2 by 5 is equals to 1 minus omega square r by g. 1 minus omega square r by g. Send this omega square r by g towards this side and bring this 2 by 5 towards this side. Then observe that omega square r by g is equals to 1 minus 2 by 5. And doing LCM here, observe that 5 minus 2 by 5. We get a 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Omega square r by g is equals to 3 by 5. Then omega square is equals to 3 by 5 of g by r. G by r. Then omega equals to under root of 3g by 5r. This represents angular velocity, whereas we have to represent time period of rotation of the earth. Then we know that a time period of rotation of the earth is represented as t is equals to 2 pi, t equals to 2 pi by omega, where omega equals to under root of 3g by 5r. As we substitute this value, then the time period is given as 2 pi into under root of 5r by 3g. 5r by 3g, where we know that r is equals to 6400 kilometers. In terms of meters, it can be represented as 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 meters. And the value of g is considered as a 10 meter per second square. As we substitute this value, so then time period of rotation is given as 2 pi into under root of 5 into 6400 into 10 to the power of 3 by 3 into 10. Here 1 0 gets cancelled. Next, 2 pi into under root of 5 by 3 into 64 into 10 to the power of 4. 5 by 3. 5 by 3 is nothing but 1.66. 2 pi into under root of value of 5 by 3 is 1.66, like that. It continues because 6 3s are 18 into 64 into 10 to the power of 4. So as we send this, observe that 2 pi into 1.6. If we multiply 10, here we get 16. 16 under root of 16 is 4, under root of 64 is 8, and here under root of 10 square is 10, remains still we have under root of 10. 10 is nothing but 3.33. Now we know the value I is 3.14. 2 into 3.14 into 4 into 8 into 10 into 3.33. So on multiplication of 3.33 and 3.14, approximately we will get 10. Then observe that 2 into 4 into 8 into 10 into 10, nothing but 10 square. 4 8 32. 32 2s 64. So here approximately we will get 6400 seconds. 6400 seconds, approximate value. It is not exact value. Take a screenshot. I hope that you have liked my video. Please give a like to this video, share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.